Hello everyone. In this session, we will take a look at a series of multiple choice questions. You would learn about what is the questions asking you about. So you would learn about how to approach this question from a knowledge. What is the question asking about? What's the topic? What's the area of competency that they want you to know? That's one, that's important. Two is how to answer the question, strategy on how to answer the question. I always tell the students to put yourself in the shoes of the exam writer. It's so easy to write the correct answer choice because that's the correct answer choice. What's more difficult for the exam writer is to select actually the wrong answers. And under those circumstances, if they select obvious wrong answers and you understand the topic, it's easy to spot those wrong answers. So it's harder for the exam writer to choose the wrong answer because they have to make the wrong answer difficult, and that's difficult by itself because the right answer is correct. They know the correct answer, they can put it. So if you understand the topic, it's easy for you then to spot what's obviously wrong. So that's what you need to know. Also, as I'm going over these questions, I will make sure I will point out what to look for in the question. For example, if there's except for, all the following are correct except, you have to be careful. Except for is you're looking for one answer, maybe 3 incorrect, 1 correct, or 3 correct and 1 incorrect. So you have to be careful what you are being asked. Always, if there is a questions with a lot of numbers, read what you are being asked first, because if the question involves a lot of financial data, they could ask you many questions. First, look at what am I being asked. So as you navigate through the data, you would start to kind of pull that relevant data that you need to answer the question. So I will show you these techniques step by step, whether you are a CPA exam candidate, CMA student, or an accounting student, or a finance student. You need to learn how to tackle multiple choice question. It's not only the topic, it's the technique, the strategy that I will show you. Let's go ahead and start to tackle these questions.
Time value of money. This is an important topic, whether you are an accounting student or a finance student, whether you are taking accounting courses, finance courses, studying for your CMA, CPA, CFA, or any other professional certification, finance or accounting, you need to know the time value of money inside out. Now, the questions that I cover in this session are considered advanced, and you're going to see why they are considered advanced. Nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and answer these questions. So the first question is asking, giving a 6% interest rate, what's the present value of the payment? Let's go ahead and look what we are giving and answer this question. Adam Inc. has developed and patented a computer chip that allows telecommunication and sports events to become more efficient. Adam agrees to sell the patent to the 49ers for 5 annual payments of $50,000 each. Okay, the payments are to begin at the end of the 3rd year starting from today. All right, so what are we looking at? We're looking at a timeline. Today is 0, year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and let's do 10 years. Okay, so what's the deal? The deal is this. Adam sells this telecommunication equipment, and the 49ers decided to start paying 3 years to begin at the end of the 3rd year starting from today. So we have year 1, year 2, year 3. At the end of the 3rd year, okay, so this is not the 3rd year. This is the 3 is not here. This is not the 3rd year. When you see 3, this is not the 3rd year. So if we said the end of year 1, it means this point here. If we say at the end of year 2, it's this point here. If we say at the end of the year 3, it's this point here. So the payments are to begin at the end of the 3rd year. And what's going to happen at the end of the 3rd year? Adam will start to get $50,000 per year for the next 5 years. So 50,000 from the end of the 3rd year up until the 7th year. Now, what we need to know is how much is the present value of this deferred annuity. This is not any type of an annuity. This is a deferred one. Deferred means it doesn't start until after a period of time. So how do we solve an annuity like this? Well, here's what we do. First, we are going to consider this as an annuity, assuming we are standing at the end of year 2. So at the end of year 2, what we have is we have ordinary annuity, that's N equal to 5, I equal to 6%. We have a 5 payment, and it's an ordinary annuity. Therefore, we are going to discount this ordinary annuity to the end of year 2. Well, what do? We're going to go to the present value of annuity table. Make sure you are using the proper table. And we said the interest rate is 6%. Let's use red color. It's 6%, 5 periods. The factor is 4.212. Well, what am I going to do? I am going to take the $50,000 times 4.212. So let's do that. 50,000 times 4.212, that's equal to 210,600. So the value of this annuity at this point is $210,600. This is at the end of year 2. Yes, that's great. But this is not when we are, this is not the present value of all the payments, because we have to do what? Go back 2 more periods. So now we have to discount this amount to the present value. Now this is a single sum amount. So what do we need to do? We need to find the present value of N equal to 2, I equal to 6% from the present value table of one payment. And this is the present value table. Make sure you are using the proper present value table. 2 periods, interest rate equal to 6. The factor is 0.890. Therefore, I am going to take this amount. Let me change colors here. I'm going to take $210,600 multiplied by 0.89 to bring this amount to 0.0. So let me do that, multiplied by 0.89, and that's going to give me $187,434. Therefore, the answer is $187,434. Now, if you don't understand what's the difference between the present value of an ordinary annuity, the present value of a single amount, well, you cannot solve this question, because this question deals with the higher level, advanced level, which is a deferred annuity. Is there another way to do this? Absolutely. What can you do? Well, you could look at it from another perspective. You would assume this is a 7-year annuity. So let me just delete what I have now. So how else can you solve this problem? There's more than one way. Maybe there are more than 2 ways. I'm just showing you 2 ways. So what you will do is you would treat this as an annuity of 7 period minus the annuity where you don't get the payment. Therefore, the present value of the ordinary annuity of 7 minus the present value of the ordinary annuity of 2, which is the 2 periods that you don't have any payments. So let's do that, and that's going to give us, if we go to the present value table, at 7 periods, 6%, that's going to give us 5.582. 2 periods, 6% minus 1.833, which is this factor here. Let's take 5.582 minus 1.833, and that's going to give us a factor of 3.749. Now we're going to multiply this by 50,000, and that's going to give us 187,450, which is close enough, 187,434 due to rounding, but that's another way to do it. I like to do it on a timeline, so this way you understand every step. Now, if you understand it inside out, you could use the second method. Let's take a look at this question.
If you like what you just saw, how to solve these multiple choice questions, whether you are an accounting, a finance student, a CPA exam candidate, a CMA exam candidate, I strongly suggest you visit my website for additional MCQs, video MCQs. That's going to help you whether you are a student or studying for a professional certification. The best investment you can make is invest in yourself. Check out farhatlectures.com. Start your free trial so you have access to additional resources and succeed. Good luck, and I hope to see you on the website.